Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at the floor beam naming. So the method of naming is the same as we have seen for the grid beam namings. So if that's the same, we can easily say that if let's start from A again. If vertical A is FB1 and vertical B grid line here shares the same spacing with A, and the beam size and the rebar size are also the same, meaning these are FB1 beams. Then we come to C. We can see that C shares the same size and also it shares the rebar, but it does not share the spacing with FB1s. So that means it is going to be given a different name, that is going to be FB2. And right after that we have the D, E, and F. So D, E, and F share the same spacings and they also share the same size, and they also share the same rebar arrangement. So they're given the same name, FB3. So we are done till FB3. Now it's time for FB4. So right after that we're going to look at the horizontal grid lines and we'll start from 1. So 1, all of these are FB4 for grid line 1. And now in grid line 2 we can see that grid line 2 has discontinued from this point, so they're not going to be similar to grid line 1. The spacings are not similar to grid line 1. So now we're going to be calling these beams FB5 because grid line 1 beams are FB4 regardless, even if they are the same size and rebar arrangement as this one. So the spacings are not the same. That is why we're not going to be calling them with the same name. And right after that we go for our grid line 3, and here the grid line 3 beams are now going to be called FB6 because the previous grid line beams are 5. So this is going to be 6. And right after that we go to the grid line number 4. So here is the difference that is going to be between our grid beam naming and floor beam naming. So what happened with grid beam is that 1 and 4 had the same names, right? Because their spacings matched, their size matched, and then also the rebar arrangement matched. And in this case you can say that their size matches, rebar arrangement matches, but the problem is with the spacing. You can say, hey, the spacing also matches, right? Yeah, but the thing is that grid 4 discontinued from this column, right? So here there is no beam at the floor level. This is a landing beam, and landing beam is always at the landing level, that is not at the floor level, meaning that there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 beams in grid line 4, where in grid line 1 there were actually 5 beams, meaning 1 is less. That means that 4 is not identical to 1. Even if the size of the beams and the rebar arrangement is the same, it is not identical to 1. That is why they're having a different name from 1. And since we have covered till number 6, this is going to be numbered as 7. And right here is the landing beam. Since we are looking at the plan view, you might think that, hey, this beam is also a floor beam, but this beam is actually a landing beam. Since this place is the staircase place and this is the landing beam location right over here, if we go to our architectural drawings and let's see if we look at the section right over here, you can see that this is a floor beam, right? This is a floor beam, and this right here is the landing beam. Sorry, these are the beams. Sorry, this is the slab, these are the beams. So here is one beam, here's another beam. So you can see that their level and this beam's level are not at the same location, meaning this is discontinued here. There are no beams right over here. That beam has gone a bit up, but if you look at the plan view, then you'll think that they're at the same level. So that is what is happening here. This beam is not at the same level as the floor beams. Okay, so because this is a landing beam, it has a different elevation. So that is why 4 and 1 grid lines are not identical. That is why they're having a different name, even though their size and rebars are the same. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got to learn something new.